So the good news is that the pro-voter reforms to make our elections more secure and more accessible are already out there and being implemented in a number of states and local jurisdictions. You can't vote unless you register first. So whether it's online registration, same-day registration, automatic voter registration, or even pre-registration of 16 and 17-year-olds, we're seeing more and more people added to the voter rolls each and every day. And in terms of being able to cast your ballot, again, while maintaining the integrity of our elections, you can make it easier for people by providing more choices, more options of when, where, and how to vote. In-person early voting, more vote by mail, accessible voting, both in person and by mail as well. And there's a movement afoot to give voters more options of not just more days to be able to cast their ballot, but not being limited to the polling location closest to where you live, but the flexibility of voting at any location in the county convenient to you. Well, I think for a lot of organizers and mobilizers out there, we already know that we got to be bold, be bold. A lot of times we're met with resistance, though, from these bold pro-voter ideas by folks who say, well, administratively it's going to be difficult, logistically it's a challenge, or existing state law says this. There's a lot of resistance sometimes from folks who have to implement these good ideas by saying it's going to add to our workload. But we can be bold because being secure and accessible in our elections and making our elections as accessible as possible are not mutually exclusive. They can go hand in hand, they do go hand in hand, and we're showing the way in California. You know, when I was campaigning for Secretary of State in 2014, the bulk of our campaign and the questions I got was, what can we do to get more people to register to vote? Or what can we do to get more people actually casting their ballots? We were focusing on participation and turnout. Almost nobody asked me questions about election security and cyber threats. And then 2016 happened. And I think the job of a Secretary of State and local elections administrators across the country has fundamentally changed since then. And so we still dedicate ourselves to increasing registration. We still dedicate ourselves to improving participation, but we are equally versed in issues of election security and cyber defense. Do your homework. If I could give my teenage self advice, it's yes, don't just pay attention to what's being taught in class, but think more and utilize mentors and resources better. It's the only way I survived college, by working with others and seeking out help. And I've carried that throughout my professional career. You may get elected to an office, but that doesn't mean you know it all. You should be learning from others, especially those who came before you, as a foundation to bring your new ideas to.